Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Zilla, and I'm going to talk today a little bit about this beast right here. This is the ISU152, also known as the Joseph Stalin 152. This is a tank destroyer that was built on the chassis of the Joseph Stalin tank series. Torsion bar suspension, excellent, reliable diesel engine. Basically what they did was take the Joseph Stalin tank and put a citadel on top of it and mount a big gun. They did this to copy the Germans, but the Soviet philosophy was not the same as the Germans. People mistake that. This was not designed to be a tank destroyer. This was designed to be a support vehicle for heavy tank divisions in breaking through enemy defenses. So what they would do is they would mount this humongous howitzer gun on an existing chassis to provide fire support to heavy tank divisions in the Red Army. It was not specifically designed to combat German tanks. It did, but it was not designed for that the way that a Jagdpanzer would be. Okay? This was designed to provide mobile fire support for heavy tank battalions. So what do we have here? We have a fairly mobile, not so heavily armored vehicle that has good firepower but poor accuracy. Very poor concealment, sub-average spotting. This is not a beast when it comes to armor. This is not a stealthy thing. It wasn't designed to be that in World War II. It was designed to trundle along besides the Joseph Stalin, KV, and other tanks like that in heavy tank battalions and provide artillery support on the spot for it. In the game, you have three choices of guns. I haven't gotten up to the BL or the D4S 152 yet. And in the game, it is designed to be a tank destroyer. It was not, in real life, a tank destroyer. It could fulfill that role, but its primary mission was to provide high explosive fire support to heavy tank battalions, breakthrough tank battalions. The Russian philosophy has not changed since World War II. The objective, they have like a number of different scenarios, and one of them was the breakthrough. And what they would do is they would have a meeting engagement where two armies fight each other. If you knock on enough doors, one will open. As soon as a breakthrough was made, these units would pour through, and then the Operational Maneuver Group, the OMG, would go through that gap and exploit the breakthrough. These were the breakthrough vehicles, these along with your IS tanks. Alright, so we're going to take it in the game and see how it plays. I will tell you, if you get this in game, and it is on the tech tree, it is not, the armor's not going to save you. The gun's not going to save you. It is a very trolling machine, meaning that you can be one-shot in this thing. Alright, it is not that heavily armored. Okay, so let's get into a game and see what we can do. Alright. Okay, we got this map, airfield, and as a quote-unquote tank destroyer, I'm going to try and participate and help as best I can. There are 3 tier 10s and 1 tier 9 on the enemy team. That doesn't mean I can't damage them, but it means that I am extraordinarily vulnerable to them, being that I am only a little tier 8 with somewhat gimpy armor. So we're gonna do our best. You know, we're gonna do our best. So what I'm gonna do, usually tanks go and fight over this hill here and this hill here. And I'm gonna post up over here by that water, and I'm going to see if I can't snipe from that position. Because getting stuck in this tank is not a good idea. Just not a good idea. And we got some weather effects going on. It's pretty cool. Again, the artwork and the art department and the graphics of Wargaming are to be commended. These maps are gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. I'd like to see more of them. and so would a lot of other players, I imagine. But sometimes they put a map together, it looks gorgeous, but it doesn't work. This is not one of those. So I'm going to camp bush right here for the time being, and we're going to see what develops. Now, if you look to the north of the mini-map, what you'll see is this blob of green, and that will be met by a blob of red, normally. And they will fight over that hill, peeking and poking around corners and whatnot, and they're going to be supported by that big tank destroyer, that Scorpion G, back over on that hill, next to that heavy tank that I'm not quite sure what he's doing. And then we've got a heavy tank that's trying to skirt the hill here to the left. We're going to try and come up behind those guys. That's probably not going to work. And then where my cursor is pointed, normally in a lower tier you'll see somebody foolishly try to come down along the beach, and that rarely ever works out for them. So we're going to see what happens here. Right now this battle is just starting to develop. As you can see, that heavy tank that tried to knock on the back door, he's not doing too well over there. I just spotted an IS-3. Did he spot me? Maybe. Maybe. I'll find out when I get some artillery called down on me.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Of course we didn't. Of course we didn't. But he knows I'm here now. He's not going to poke around that corner. He's not stupid. Not going to tempt fate twice, I don't think. That leopard's giving him all kinds of grief. And this is where you want your leopard and your IS-3 to pull back. Pull back. Let me take the shot.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
And there's the artillery.
The loader bought the farm.
Knew that was coming. What's going on? A little bit of a risk for me. And I'm going to do what I said not to do. I'm going to go around the edge of this island. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't have the gun depression to fight over this hill. I just don't. The Mutz does. I don't. So you might ask, why am I going up here? I don't know. Just something to do. I know that IS-3 is up here somewhere. There he is, over there. And I got a spot. He can't hit me, and I can't hit him. Oh! My goodness. Destroyed a historical monument. There's the artillery again. Joy. Oh, 50 TP down there. That's a check tank, I think. So, unstunned. Zoned in on that. See? Hear that? See that? Yeah. Artillery's gunning for me. That's because I'm an easy target. At tier 8 in a tier 10 game, you are a very easy target for the enemy. And it really depends on how carefully you play. And as you can see in that game, I played extremely cautiously. And to their credit, my teammate did a most excellent job. And it doesn't hurt that their freaking artillery decides to commit suicide. Players that do that to me are just childish. You know, I always fight to the end. I have plenty of artillery. I have a T-92, GWE. I mean, come on. You're in a game, fight to the end. Don't commit suicide. That's just a scumbag move, as the mighty Jingles would say. That is just a scumbag thing. So, the ISU-152, the tank destroyer that isn't really a tank destroyer. Yeah, that's an okay game. I didn't die. That's a good thing, right? And our team did a fantastic job. These guys did awesome. Let's see what they did. Here's yours truly, all the way down here. This guy's right here is an American tank destroyer that was never built, but it was designed. There was the E3 and then the E4. So these three guys right here, that Carnarvon did a fantastic job. For a Carnarvon only has a 20-pounder gun, and it's got very weak armor. So he did a great job. The Conqueror gun carrier, that's the artillery, he did a fantastic job. So artillery and these guys did great. The Scorpion didn't do bad either. So overall, great job by the team. I'm glad I could participate. You guys be good to each other and have a wonderful day. Bye.